We were in a mental health crisis prior to COVID. I mean, for a long time, the desperate mental health needs of most people have been ignored, particularly in the youth and children in our society. The thing I realized is that change doesn't happen without sort of cataclysmic, almost revolutionary events. And if there's any good that can come out of something like this pandemic, it's that people will start to pay attention to some of the really important issues that have to do with how we're living, how we're taking care of our children, how do we protect the people in our society who are overwhelmed and marginalized. My name is Bruce Perry. I'm a child and adolescent psychiatrist and a developmental neuroscientist, and I study the development of the brain and how experiences shape the developing child in good ways and in bad. What we've learned about how the brain develops is that the greatest rate of change is in utero and in the first couple of years of life. There are moments, for example, in the third trimester when you make more neurons in 1 minute than you make in an entire month as an adult. So the explosive growth of the brain early in life means that experiences during that time are disproportionately powerful in moving somebody in the positive direction or moving somebody into the direction where they're at risk. And there's just no way that you can be worrying about money, worrying about work, worrying about housing, worrying about community violence, worrying about all kinds of things, and not have that impact around the developing infant. Because of that really crucial role that the stress response networks play in development, when there's early developmental insults, early developmental trauma, early developmental stressors, that has this cascading impact. It's like dropping a pebble in a still pond. It just echoes out and out and out and out. And so the goal of any sane society must be to do things to increase the probability that parents and families can provide enriched experiences that lead to these good outcomes as opposed to setting up families to struggle and increase the probability that there will be these bad outcomes. One of the things that comes back to me again and again and again is that if your gaze is on the child, to help the child, the intervention has to be with the adults in the child's life. If your gaze is on the adults in the child's life, you need to put your gaze on the community and the health of the community. So we start with the community from the outside in. If you create nurturing environments, you will be creating a therapeutic web. Wherever the child goes, there can be people who will be compassionate, attentive, patient, instructive, provide structure and boundaries that are appropriate. No matter what the traumatic experience is, if a child is in a safe and stable home and community, that can buffer some of these bad effects and provide an opportunity to do healing if there are any negative consequences. The power of relational belonging is the key to get the transformative impact that we really seek. You are so much more powerful and impactful than you may realize. And in the tiniest moments, when you are fully present with somebody, you can give them so much. A smile or a kind touch, or even a moment where you just listen intently to somebody else. And when you do that, that will help all of the kids around that you interact with. So the more you can be present with children, the more you can be a positive therapeutic presence for them. Because we're trying to change the world.